$2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits, plus a 20% lifetime increase, then a step up annually. This is a special stimulus check for SSI and SSDI. Big exciting news. Then the push is underway to send out stimulus checks during the holiday. How big will they be? When will you get them? And is it really happening? And how soon could you get them? Next, an extension of FPUC and UI and PUA. That's underway, as many of them are expiring in just a few weeks. Meantime, I continue to get big money for viewers of this channel. $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. I continue to get more messages today from viewers thanking me for getting them anything from a tank of gas to $15,000. You should be the next person. And if you're tuning in, you do qualify. So stay with me because I'm going to be getting you big money. Meantime, it's time for Thanksgiving. And will the thanks be getting free rent, utilities, and food in the next couple days, and big escalated benefits and EIDL? It's really exciting. I'm so glad you joined me on a special Thanksgiving edition of Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm here, you're here, and Sirloin is not here, but I did see him last night, and I have an update from Sirloin on Being a Mitch in 30 minutes from now. So stay tuned from Sirloin as he makes a special holiday appearance on Being a Mitch. Boy, it's a great day, and I'm so glad you joined me. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I've been going live and taped and live, and I'll be adding special broadcasts all throughout the day. I already added a few, and I'll be adding some more, so please stay with me. But more importantly, subscribe, because I'm getting viewers money right now. And even though this is Thanksgiving, I'm actually setting viewers up ready to get money tomorrow by using the resources of this channel to get money that $250,000 has been given to other viewers for rent, utilities, food. This is money that's for you. It's free money. You qualify for it. It's in every single state. And ultimately, I'm here to help you get this money. Today on Thanksgiving, I'm recording a full schedule of programming to ensure that you are lined up to get this money when offices reopen tomorrow. The search starts today, and together we're going to get this money. So please subscribe. I'm getting you money not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, but money right now. And no one is working harder than me and the 6 incredible volunteers of this channel who are also viewers that I got money for them as well. They are now helping you as well. That's the spirit of this channel. Also, like this video. In this video, I'll be going over so much breaking details today and last night. First, should you be concerned about that money that has been locked up and put into Treasury by Steve Mnuchin? Answer, no. Next, will you be getting stimulus during the holidays? My opinion, answer, yes. Third, what's going on with that $2,400 for SSI and SSDI and Social Security and Railroad benefits? Is it a replacement of a stimulus check? Answer, no. More about that in a second. Then, what's going on with unemployment benefits? Are they really expiring in late December, or is someone going to step in and help us? Answer, I believe so, yes. Big developments, and finally, I'll go over how to get that money, that CARES Act 1 money, that escalated benefits, and EIDL. Stay tuned for 15 minutes after this video for Purple, in which I go over $5,000, $50,000, $20,000 you could get in addition to everything that's recorded in this video. And then 15 minutes after that is Being a Mitch, in which I go over what Mitch McConnell will be doing next week for your stimulus, and what Sirloin thinks about the situation and Thanksgiving. It'll be a fun broadcast, so stay with me, and additional live tapings that sort of miraculously appear out of nowhere today. Let's get To the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that when Steve Mnuchin called in money from the Federal Reserve and put it into lock and key and closed the door on that money in the Treasury, a lot of viewers got a high alarm thinking that that was the end of their stimulus relief. Oh no, that meant not much of nothing. In fact, now in retrospect, I believe that actually helps you, and I'm going to explain why. Ultimately, money that's sitting around that's not doing anything in departments that cannot be repurposed ultimately causes confusion and makes Democrats think, you know what, maybe we can sort of push our narrative. And ultimately, Steve Mnuchin made it very clear. I offer you 1.9 trillion. You rejected it because you wanted 2.2. Now 1.9 is gone, and I'm heading down to about $0.5 trillion, which is where Mitch McConnell is. The reason why is, one, Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows will be no longer negotiating the deal in a few weeks. It will be Mitch McConnell. And two, Mitch McConnell's $500 trillion is enough, and focus, enough to get you a nice stimulus check, a extension of unemployment benefits, and also to get you PPP, and also potentially some hazard pay. It's enough money, and what's important to understand is that everything is lining up correctly, and Wall Street believes it's the same thing as well. Wall Street this week said that stimulus needs to go out because of new lockdowns across the country, whether you call it a curfew or a lockdown. One hitting Los Angeles today, which is a start of a lockdown in which some parts of the economy is shut down, but others are not. But a full lockdown expected within 7 days. They're saying, you know what, we have to have stimulus. And if you do Mitch McConnell's $500 trillion, that would get stimulus. You could do that and get stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and maybe some hazard pay, and definitely some PPP. And that would be enough to get us into January, February, when we could do a bigger bill. So this is what's really quite promising. So what's going on next week with the Republicans and the Democrats? Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows and Mitch McConnell met on Thursday of last week and said that in the next few days they will be introducing a narrowly targeted bill that will provide stimulus relief to Americans in a way that is needed right now. And what's important to understand is that this is what Wall Street wants to co-sign, a bill that would give you everything that I just told you, including stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and similar, and would not include the big things that are not needed right now. A new report yesterday that broke last night, which was really quite shocking, showed that certain parts of this economy in virtually every state shows enormous economic growth, and that was new housing starts. The reason I'm bringing this up to you is very simple. Those new housing starts create an enormous amount of revenue for states. You know where I'm going with this? Yes. And because states are making a fortune on those in those new housing starts, which is a major part of their economy, the claim that states are going bankrupt or financially can't afford this economy or need massive bailouts from the government is simply untrue, Wall Street now says. And so Nancy Pelosi's claim that she needed $400 billion or $300 billion or $1.9 billion or whatever crazy number, $1.9 trillion, whatever crazy number it is for state bailouts, Wall Street is no longer believing it and saying, you know what? States are doing quite well. Financially, they're doing very well, quite financially, and that the narrative that they need a bailout from the federal government is not particularly true. What is true is that you need relief. And so what Wall Street is saying very clearly, I'm saying very clearly, and the Republicans are saying very clearly, and the states are saying very clearly, is the following items need to go out now during the holidays. 1, a stimulus check. 2, extension of PUA expiring in December. An extension of FPUC expiring in December. Another round of FPUC, which expired in July, potentially retroactively. Hopefully they bring it as retroactively as they can bring it. Another round of PPP for small businesses, and maybe some EIDL, and then some hazard pay. And you're done. It's very simple. This is what's really promising news. Next, $2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, plus a 20% increase, and an annual increase. Yes. Let me go over the details and why this is so promising and where it's going to land. And I'm going to explain more about this that you've never heard until this video. First, it's important to understand that when we talk about this SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, and Veterans Benefits item, it does have a stimulus item in it, but it's generally saying, you know what, these people should have been paid a lot more money in the last few years. Let's bring them up to date, and then going forward, make sure that they are with us and not left behind because they are indexed to something that's not moving. So this is a problem that has been systematically not fixed for years before the pandemic. And the reason why I'm bringing this up very simply is that there's new calls, especially from this channel, that the SSI, SSDI amount of money that I'm about to speak about would be in a standalone bill, not part of a second stimulus package, because Republicans support it. There's been a lot of similar legislation that have been introduced by Republicans that mirror exactly this language. And I don't think it should be in a stimulus package because a stimulus package is very contentious, very argued about, whereas this is not. $2,400. That is the only part of this that is COVID-ish. It's $200 a month, every month starting now all the way to the end of December 31st of next year. That would amount to anywhere from $2,400 to $2,600, upwards of $4,000 under some calculations by Senator Warren. And that would be a one-time COVID-ish, COVID relief. It is COVID-ish stimulus. But the other two things are not. They're just to fix the system. The first one is saying, you know what, you have not been paid enough lifetime. So we're going to bring you up to date by giving you a lifetime increase right now so you're caught up to where you should have been. And that increase would be upwards of 20%. If you're making $1,000 now, it will be $1,200 a month. And that would be lifetime. It's basically saying whatever you're getting now is not enough. We're going to bring you up to the present, bring you to modern day, because you've been left in 1920s, and we're bringing you to normal numbers now. Then it wants to say, hey, we don't want to leave you behind going forward in future years, so we wanted to tie you to a new indexer. You know, everything goes up every year based upon an index. This would be tied to an index other than COLA, so that you would increase annually at a particular rate. What's important to understand is that you would get all three things, and you would also get a stimulus check. This would not replace a stimulus check, which I just spoke about. Big developments. Then, what's important to understand is that things need to get done in the next few days, and it's believed they're going to get done. Stimulus check, unemployment benefits, rent, eviction moratorium. But when I talk about these things, I need you to understand, because I know it's a little complicated, that certain protections may be provided to you by your state as well. States have the ability to extend your unemployment benefits if they run out in December. States have the ability to issue an eviction moratorium, and states have an ability to do a mortgage forbearance. Some states have, some states haven't. Some states have done some of it and not enough. And those states may step in. In the last 24 hours, several states have stepped in and said, you know what, we got to start protecting our citizens, so we're going to do these things right now. An eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance doesn't cost anything. It saves you an enormous livelihood of being thrown on the street. Stimulus checks, some states are doing stimulus checks. An extension of unemployment benefits for additional weeks is not unusual. States have that authority to do it under the Constitution and have done it before and would likely do it again because of the situation coming on January 1st. Now, let's turn to money right now. Money right now, I'm getting viewers thousands of dollars even today and yesterday because of this channel. And I want to go over a little bit more about where this money is and focusing on what it is and how you can start looking for it today and get ready for it tomorrow. Yes, government offices are closed today, but the internet is open and their websites are open, and you should be getting ready to get this money today. What is this money? There's three types of money. I'm going to go over one at a time. One is CARES Act. The second one is escalated benefits. And the third one is EIDL. Let me go over the first one. CARES Act 1 grants, or COVID grants. Every single viewer of this channel qualifies for this, with the exception of one person, a person that makes too much money in 2019. Otherwise, you all qualify for it. Second, it's in every single state. Third, it goes through a hierarchy. So it starts with rent. If your city has already done rent, then it goes to utilities. And then utilities is virtually available everywhere. And then it goes to food. So don't presume that because you couldn't find rent that there isn't anything else. There's utilities. So now let's go to where it is and how you get it. Very simply, you need to look to your city's official website, your county's official website, and your state housing authority's official website, and every utility company that you pay a bill for, their official website. They have it listed as either a COVID grant, a pandemic grant, rent assistance, rent help, utility assistance, utility help, food assistance, or food help. It exists, and you just need to use the correct words. Tomorrow, the offices will be back open, and you can call them tomorrow. And I'll be detailing them a little bit more tomorrow about how to call them and the words to use. But for today, you can go on those websites. Those websites are open today, and you can apply online. That's the best way to do it, because if you apply today, the application will be reviewed tomorrow and could be approved with tomorrow. Viewers are getting approved within 24 hours. It's that quickly. Next, what's important to understand is that this money is there for everyone, including if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Second, what's important to understand is that when we're talking about rent, they're generally paying 3, 6, or 12 months. Next, they're paying rent for all circumstances. So please don't take yourself out of the equation saying, I pay a lot of money in rent. I may not qualify. Untrue. Or I'm up to date in my rent. I'm not behind in my rent. I might not qualify. Untrue. Or they only qualify when you're being evicted, or they don't qualify when you're being evicted. I'm hearing both versions of the story. Also untrue. That's very simple. Also consider all your utilities, because all the utilities are doing this as well. Next, in the case of some municipalities, some cities, some counties, the religious organizations or the action groups where you live are giving free grants. In Houston, they're giving free grants for rent. In Alabama, they're giving free rent from another action group. I'm not saying them on air, but they are indicated in the community page of this channel. Go to the community page of this channel, which is the front page of this channel. You have playlist, video, and community. On holidays at LALATE, I held up a picture of a cell phone and I showed you where it is on your cell phone. It's very simple. Moreover, in the pinned comment to this video, I will drop a link to go right into the community page. Next, there's 5 to 6 volunteers on this channel. Some are taking a break to be with their families today, so give them a break for till tomorrow. And if they are not reachable, some are reachable, some are not. And thank you to all the volunteers. They've been doing an incredible job. Next, let's turn to escalated benefits. This is really exciting because escalated benefits exist everywhere and exist in every state, and it's very simple, and viewers have understood very clearly how to do it, and it's been a massive hit. It's very simple. Pull your 2019 tax return, scan it, put it in your computer, pull up a document, write a letter, and the letter says, "Dear Unemployment Office, I'm currently being paid $150 a week. I made $32,000 last year. Please find my tax return. Please see if I qualify for additional or higher or more weekly benefits." Use very basic words, additional, more, high, or more benefits, and send the letter off to your unemployment department, preferably in the fastest means possible. Electronic means, email, in their website, upload it, very simple. And follow up with them non-stop until you get it approved. The benchmark is very simple. If you made over $30,000 a year, you will max out and raise your benefits about $200 to $300 a week. If you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks since February, you'll get $9,000 in your account, bam, right now, as countless viewers have. If you made $25,000 to $30,000, you'll get about $3,000 in your account by raising about $100 a week, bam, right in your account right now. And if you made about $18,000 to $25,000, you'll raise your weekly benefits by about $50 a week, bam, right in your account. To recap, this helps people who are being paid who made $18,000 to over $30,000 in 2019 earnings. If you made less than $18,000, it won't help you. If you made over $30,000 and you don't do this, then you need to be smacked with a turkey, because you will literally get $10,000 to $12,000 in your bank account within 24 to 48 hours once your state responds. It's that quickly, so you should absolutely be doing this. Finally, EIDL. Of all the things that I talk about on this channel, EIDL is the only debt instrument, and you should not run away from debt. This is money that is free money for the first year. You don't pay anything money. It's no principal interest for the first year. After the first year, which is January of 2022, is when you would start to repay the money back. And what's important to understand is that getting $5, $10, $15, $25,000 in your bank account in 24 hours is not something you should turn down, because ultimately that's the money that may make or break your ability to survive this pandemic from now to February. What's important to understand is that you go to sba.gov and apply. It's very simple. EIDL. I have viewers literally get approval within 24 hours. And as I've said in this channel, and I'm going to say again right now, is that this money is not going to be around forever. It's going to be gone in a few weeks. So don't sit around and not apply. If you're an individual, you apply with your name, your personal account, your personal Social Security, your 2019 gross revenue, and your 2019 cost of goods sold, and get it, and you will be pleased. If you have questions or comments in today's video, drop them in the comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Coming up in 15 minutes from now is a big development on Purple. I will be going over the money you can get right now, and then 15 minutes after that is Being a Mitch. I'll be going over the money you can get right after by congressional action. Happy Thanksgiving, and as always, subscribe to this channel. Also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay about life for more.